Okay, we should be up and running now. What's up, fellas and ladies? Hopefully your Thursday is off to just a sensational start. If it isn't, hopefully the DFS slates tonight, both basketball and football, get you going that way. Going to do members only NFL free to the public. I have been slammed the last 2 days, so I have to condense the video. So hopefully that works out for everybody. I'll be quick today. I think this one's got a pretty clear and precise like setup as far as showdown slates go. And then, if you want to make changes to a spot or two for GPPs, I get that. So, not exactly the sexiest Thursday night game of all time. This is not Packers Cardinals from last week or anything like that. But we got the Colts hosting the Jets. Excuse me, Jets coming off a monster win. Great win for them. Had some weird results in the NFL last week. So, this is also, for me, like if you're the Colts, this is the last ditch effort. You can't mail this one in. Titans just lost their MVP, so it's possible they slip. You got to look for this as maybe the only opening you got. So I do expect a good performance from Indianapolis tonight. I'm not sure what to make of the Jets. Maybe the second half last week was just that, a flash in the pan, and that's kind of what my guess would be. So let's start right here. Jonathan Taylor is going to be my captain. I will take him over Carson Wentz. I think that they're going to win this one by 10, 14 points. Taylor's involved in the passing game, the running game. He started the year off real rough. And since then, 20 plus in every game. He's running it well. He's scoring every single week. So give me Jonathan Taylor in the captain spot. He's going to be real popular. Wentz will get some appearances there as well. And speaking of Carson Wentz, I also want to get him into one of my flex spots right there. So I'm going to start with the big two from the Colts. It's pretty standard. This is where a lot of lineups are going to go, but I'm going to start right here with these two guys. Walk it to him, Wentz. He'll give the ball away from time to time, but he should be admirable in this position tonight. Next up, we're going to have Mike White, Carter, Pittman, and so Pittman, White, Carter, and Crowder all getting some love right here. You're probably only going to be able to get to two of them. Like hypothetically, if you were to even do this, yeah, it's not going to happen. So I just want to make sure. And before we do that, we do have a $200 guy at our disposal tonight that's going to be real popular. Ashton Doolin. Not going to pretend like I know a lot about him. He's got 4 targets in each of the last 2 weeks. 4 targets equaling no yards. So if you feel like he's a total bust and you want to fade him, I get that. He hasn't been very productive with this all season long. But with T.Y. Hilton out and Paris Campbell out, he should work as the third wide receiver. It says it right there in DK. Expect him to be popular tonight. It's kind of just a punt play right there. So it makes a lot of sense just to throw him in your flex position. And then I think you get to come up here and you got to pick your next 2 favorite guys. So let's just go with the 2 cheapies for a second to see what happens. Crowder and Carter. And assuming the Jets have to throw, would that get you anybody good? Mo Alley Cox, Colts defense, Jack Doyle? Nah, okay. The thing I want to note for Carter, and I'll be honest, I didn't see a lot of the second half against New England, but I'm willing to bet a bunch of these targets came with Mike White. He has checked it down to him like a madman. So I have Carter as a little bit of a priority for me tonight. So I get him in there. And at that point, then you got 1,300 and you can pick your next favorite. Crowder, Mike White, or Michael Pittman. For me, Pittman was awesome last week. He's had 2 really good weeks in a row, scoring good amounts of touchdowns. That won't go on forever. The 15 targets last week, that was impressive. I'll say that at the very least. Very, very impressive. But, I don't think that's here to stay. 4 targets the week before, 3 the week before. He had 12 a couple times early on in the season. I guess gun to head, I'm just taking Mike White over him. So, this is the start of my build right here. If you like Pittman or Crowder, who I think are both admirable plays, go ahead and do your thing. I don't love the middle tier right here. You're taking a look at Ty Johnson. All right. That's an interesting fade off of Carter. But what if you're wrong about the game and they do run it more? Well, then I like Carter substantially better. And once you get down to this middle ground, I just don't see the big difference in the cap savings unless you really, really want a kicker. So you can get the Jets defense. Probably not for me. You get down to probably a Denzel Mims. Him and Keelan Cole are the other guys you could take a look at. I don't love it. You're not going to love it. I'd rather get up to a kicker. So if this is a reason for you to go Crowder over Carter, I mean, you still don't get one of the kickers, so that only matters so much. You know, if you like Pittman over Carter, who gets you down here? Griffin, Jeff Smith. You're not going to love any of these plays either. So ultimately, you're not going to love your complement, which is why for me, I'll probably go Mike White and Carter. And then with here, like probably Denzel Mims. Not very excited about it. It is what it is. If you want to shoot your shot with like a Ryan Griffin to maybe score a touchdown, okay, fine. He should be real low owned if you're playing in GPPs. But I think this is the build I would start with. So I think the next question is, what could I do with a different captain? Because if I'm playing in GPPs, like let's say you captain Mike White, and then you go here, Taylor, Wentz, Michael Carter. I still don't get a kicker. All I get is Tyler Kroft, who has no reason for me to really want to roster him. So that doesn't do much for me. All right, let's try this then. Let's go back up here to the captain position. Michael Carter, who is, again, has been he's obviously the lead back now, wildly productive in the passing game the last 2 weeks. Maybe you just think they dump it off to him all game long. Wentz, Taylor, Mike White. All right, now I can get Jack Doyle or a kicker. I mean, Jack Doyle doesn't do much for me, so no thanks. So a kicker could, though. Still, it's not my ideal build. I do think the Colts are going to be ahead in this game. I do think that you're going to see a good performance from them. So that's why I want Jonathan Taylor in my captain spot. And I don't like the kickers like that much more than Denzel Mims. I'm not a huge fan of Mims right here, but it is what it is. And that's likely where I'm going to go. So Taylor in the captain, and then probably the guys I want are Mike White and Carter, and then Wentz and Taylor. I feel the safest with them. If you want to take some shots with Carter and Pittman, do your thing. That's how I'm going to build, though. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful Thursday, and hopefully Matt and I can team up tomorrow and double tag the NBA videos with y'all. Thank you.